And now please make some noise for, from Limitless Agency, Nina Hill. Solidity Insurance Group, Marisa Maggio. Diligence Agencies, Caitlin Gardner.
Hi, Annabelle. Thank you, Sean, corporate, and everybody that had something to do with putting on this event. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, wow, this is like really in our face. I am so honored to be standing next to these beautiful ladies today. We are going to be going over how to define your goals in 2026. Now, all of you guys have come to this event and made an investment in yourself and your business to get better. There is so much knowledge packed in these 3 days that if you go home and apply it, it's going to make your goals a whole lot easier to achieve. 3 things that really align with me when it comes to defining your goals is the first thing is get clarity on your vision. What I mean by that is become very intentional of where you want to go and exactly what you need to give up to get there. Set your standards high and don't let yourself down. The second one is act like the person that you want to become. Now you see all these successful entrepreneurs out there that have these daily habits, these daily routines. It makes their goals a whole lot easier to achieve because they're consistent with it. Act like that person already. And the third thing, which is the most important to me, is getting very clear on your why. Everyone's why is a little different in this business. Obviously, you want to ask yourself, who am I doing this for? What am I doing it for? And when your why is so strong, it literally helps you get through any kind of adversity that's ever going to come your way. A little story for you guys. My daughter's 8 years old. We were watching this video a couple days ago. It was a video of me going over the sacrifices that I make for the business, what I do this for, just kind of like an overview of all of it. And she looked at me right after and she was like, "Mom, this really is for me." And it made me like smile and got a little emotional because I was like, wow, she's 8 years old and she really understands that the sacrifices that we make on a daily basis is to give her the life that she deserves. And if you find a why that's strong, you literally will be unstoppable. Let's have a wonderful 2026.
Woo, let's give it up for Caitlin. Caitlin, thank you so much for that. That was absolutely amazing. And it is truly a blessing and an honor to be up here in general, but to be up here with 2 amazing ladies who I genuinely appreciate each and every day. Also, shout out to everybody who put this event on. I know it was not an easy thing to do, so it doesn't go unappreciated or underserved. Thank you. With that being said, I think it's important to lead with, are you in the right place? I remember my first convention. I was like, maybe I'm just gonna leave the insurance industry. Maybe this industry just simply isn't for me. And I sat in that first convention and I realized if they could do it, why can't I do it? Now, more recently, I heard a fun statistic that Sean Mike gave. That's how you know it's a fact. Out of the 120 months that Family First Life has been in business, Family First Life has grown 112 of them. So if you're asking yourself, am I in the right place to hit a goal? You absolutely are. Now the question is are you the person who can hit that goal? That's the real question, guys. Because sometimes we have to grow into that position. Other times we step up, level up, and we're in that position. What I mean by that is an identity goal versus an outcome goal, right? An outcome goal is, Dominique Rogers, I'm gonna write 50 grand this month, and I got no plan. If I didn't write 50 grand last month, what changed about me that's gonna allow me to get there next time? If my organization is doing 100 grand a month, and I'm like, we're gonna get to 5 million in a month, what is going to change about me to get there? An identity goal is your character. An identity goal is, do you take self-accountability? Do you blame other people? Are you extremely negative? Do you only look on the negative side? Can you see the bright side? Do you blame your upline for everything? Or can you actually take that accountability and be like, what do I need to change to become the person that can hit these goals? Because if you don't become that person, it doesn't matter what outcome goal you have. Your identity is dead. And I say that because there was a time that my identity was dead, and I needed to revive it. And Sean Mike was very real with me one day. I remember I was in a meeting, and he probably doesn't even remember this. And he said to me, Marisa, no one's coming to save you but you. And it took me a long time to understand that. No one's coming to save you but you. And that's a really strong thing to drive home. That doesn't just go for me, guys. That goes for each and every independent contractor that's out there today. So it's time to level up, decide what you want to do in this business, and most importantly, define who you are going to become. So I challenge you all to write this out. In 2026, I am the type of agent who blank. And what I mean by that is I'm not the type of agent who writes $50K a month. I'm the type of agent who shows up. I'm the type of agent who, no matter what's going on, I'm still there. I'm the type of leader who levels up when things are going tough. I'm the type of leader who steps into the mud when I could step back. There's a lot of different things we can change about ourselves. We have to step our way into feeling. And when I first got into this industry, I was 20 years old, and I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I had a mentor of mine, and I was 20. So, give me a little bit of grace here, guys, all right? And I wasn't showing up, I was late, and I had every excuse in the book. Pretty much every one I just brought up. And they said to me at one point, what you do speaks so loudly, I cannot hear a word that you say. And that spoke volumes to me. And if we can all take that one sentence home, it's going to be extremely valuable for all of us in 2026, because that one sentence changed my life. What you do speaks so loudly, I cannot hear a word that you say. So instead of just saying what you're gonna do, show people what you're gonna do in 2026. Thank you, guys.
Everyone, let's give a massive round of applause to these two incredible women. I'm so grateful to be in this business with you guys. But guys, whose first convention is this? Raise your hand. Amazing. Okay, I attended my very first ever convention 7 years ago, and you guys are gonna hear this a lot throughout this entire event, but this is the event that single-handedly changed my entire life in 2019. So I'm very, very happy that you guys are here, that you guys took the sacrifice to be here. But I remember sitting in the back, I remember taking so many notes, I remember consuming absolutely everything, soaking in all the information like a sponge. But one of the things that stood out the most to me wasn't necessarily a rebuttal that someone gave or any, leadership training. It was simply, even back in 2019, how many people were winning at a high level. How many people were on stage? There were so many 30, 40, 50, 60, 70K plus a month producers. And if you guys haven't noticed this by now, you will over the next couple days, but FFL is just simply built different. We are built different. We have a bigger vision, we have a bigger purpose, which is why we single-handedly have the most top producers and the biggest leaders in the insurance space. But I remember coming off that event and I was like, okay, if all of these people that crossed that stage, that got their red jackets, all these leaders that are killing it, were able to do that, why can't I? What's stopping me? And I realized that if I continued to do what I'd always done, I would continue to get the results that I'd always gotten. And that's when I was like, okay, something needs to change. So here are 3 things that I changed that I think you guys could change too immediately. Number 1 is have a vision and see it clearly. Just like Caitlin said, you need to know what direction you're headed in. Whether your goal is to be a Hall of Fame producer, whether your goal is to be a top leader, have that vision in your mind, write it down, come up with a game plan, and execute. If your goal is Hall of Fame, 400,000, I know that sounds like a big number, but when you break down, it's 33,000 a month, and you guys can absolutely do that, but the key is to execute. Number 2 is surround yourself with winners. Surrounding yourself with the right people is huge, you guys. We're in sales at the end of the day. We're gonna have bad days. We're gonna have bad weeks. Who you talk to and who you seek advice from matters. So when you're having a day where you're down in the dumps, don't call someone that's also having a bad day. Don't call someone that's producing 4 or 5K a month. Call the people that are putting up big numbers. They're gonna give you a whole new perspective of this business. And number 3, you guys, is respect yourself enough to follow through and do what you say you're going to do. Respect yourself enough. You guys, discipline is just self-respect in action. That's all it is. So when you say you're gonna commit to a goal, when you write down your goals and you write down a breakdown of, hey, I wanna go be a top leader, I wanna go be a Hall of Fame producer, and you write down those goals, but you don't show up and you don't do and commit what you said you were going to, you're lacking in self-respect. So you guys, find your why, identify who you are, do what you say you're gonna do, and let's have a massive 2026.